What's up, everyone? Welcome to the second episode of the Madden 16 Washington Redskins franchise, connected franchise, whatever the hell you want to call it. On your screen right now, you are seeing the depth chart for the team. I'd forgotten to show a couple things in the last episode that I had wanted to get around to. Here they are now as we go through the depth chart, and then later on we're going to go over the contract extensions that I did early on. So you can see a lot of the players that are either starting or playing backup roles. Our middle linebacker does change a little bit because Keenan Robinson would sustain an injury in this game, and some of the positions I didn't exactly map out the greatest, and you're going to see a couple of changes that I do make during this. And we are adjusting our depth charts still throughout the season, but Keenan Robinson does sustain a couple-week injury here, so actually our draft pick is going to be starting. I started Jake Long at center because he actually had really good ratings for the position when I went through the depth chart to actually set it, so we decided to put him there. Now we're going to go to our contract extensions. We had a lot of cap space and not a lot of people we needed to re-sign. So we got Jordan Reed on a long-term deal, 6 years. They'll take him through his age 32 or 33 season. I believe it's 32, but he will be around for that. We also extended Chris Baker. He didn't want a whole lot of money, and he was a very good defensive end who is going to have a pretty good game. I believe he has a sack up here, and I decided not to go after either middle linebacker quite yet, but we would give a couple of depth players like Robert Griffin III. I kind of felt obligated to keep him because a team invested so much in him, and Silas Red just is a third running back. So now we're going to get into the game against the Minnesota Vikings, a team that made the playoffs last year and is likely going to make the playoffs in real life this season, depending on, if the NFC actually decides to be a good conference at any point this season. So we are getting things started off here as Teddy Bridgewater is going to throw an interception to our backup safety. Jerron Johnson got a little bit of playing time here early on, and he takes advantage as he picks off Teddy Bridgewater right there. Kirk Cousins now driving down the field on our next drive. That is going to be complete to Pierre Garçon. First completion of the season for Kirk Cousins. 2nd and 5 now a little bit later in the first quarter, and that's going to be picked off by Trey Waynes, the 2014 or 15, first round pick of Minnesota. But now Teddy Bridgewater on 3rd and 7 needs a conversion right here, and that is not going to be enough for a first down. Charles Johnson right there. So they're going to settle for a field goal. Now we have the ball back once again, and we're going to pass it over to the left to Matt Jones, and that is going to be good enough to convert on 3rd down and 11 from the 23-yard line. And now working on a 3rd down and 11 from the 44, and this is going to be the first completion to the newly extended Jordan Reed. A nice touch pass right there, and Jordan Reed's just not quite fast enough to beat out the safety. I believe that was Harrison Smith right there, and he gets pushed out. But Alfred Morris on the very next play would run in a touchdown. Didn't have the greatest day. He had a few big runs that inflated his numbers, but he does get the touchdown right there, and so Minnesota will get the ball back. Now working from the 36, play action to Teddy Bridgewater, throws it deep, and a bad play animation right there by our safety, or that's actually the cornerback we just drafted, Fisher Austin, and he gives Stephon Diggs a big catch right there. Now Adrian Peterson getting to work as he runs that one up the middle for a few yards. Now working from the 8 on 2nd and 7, and wide open Stephon Diggs, his first touchdown of the season, his second or third catch of the game so far. Now Washington running play action after taking a holding penalty. That's going to go to Jordan Reed once again, and he makes it a 2nd and 10 on the next play. And now we're going to take this ball, and we're going to throw it to the right side to Jordan Reed once again, and he's going to step out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Having a big game so far with 4 catches. And now a nice fullback run up the middle on 3rd down and 2. Gets 6 yards and converts for us. And Washington play action right here. Good blocking by the offensive line, gives us a ton of time, and it's Jordan Reed once again wide open, working his way into Minnesota territory, fighting for a few extra yards. Now we're going to be operating from the 45, 3rd and 12, need a conversion right here, and it's to Jamison Crowder, the slot receiver, who had a big season for us last year, and he's going to take that all the way in for a touchdown, 35 yards to the house for the second-year player out of Duke. I want him to be a big part of our offense this year. From the 35 now, passing it to Jordan Reed after we would force a defensive stop on Minnesota. And Kirk Cousins has started out very well so far, although Jordan Reed has been pretty much the only guy he's thrown to. And now a nice throw right here and a nice catch by Deshaun Jackson. Was actually trying to throw it to Crowder, but it went over his head, and Jackson dove for that one. Now operating from the 26 on second down and 10. Nice blocking once again off his back foot. He's going to throw that one, and Jordan Reed catches it. Could have very easily been picked off. It was actually a lot like the play earlier. Now third down and 2, we need an easy conversion, and it's Jordan Reed once again working his way down inside the 10-yard line, getting a lot more yards than he needed. Not that we're going to complain, but second and goal now, and it's Jordan Reed, the man himself, making another catch right there. I believe that's his 9th catch of the afternoon up to this point. We finished with about 10, and most of them were in the first half. Now Alfred Morris making a few moves up the middle, and then second and inches. Here is going to be the big run I was alluding to earlier. Makes a cut to the outside. Not the fastest back in the world, but he does have a little bit of speed, and he makes it all the way to the 19. Really making good plays for us, but we were not able to convert anywhere after that, and so we will have to settle for a field goal, make it 24-10. Now the Vikings have it once again. This is going to be Kyle Rudolph in the flat on 3rd and 3, and that's going to be the story of the second half, is we cannot stop the Vikings on 3rd and 3, and they stay in the game because of it. And here's another catch by Stephon Diggs, and it's Austin getting beaten once again. Not some good rookie luck right there, but he is a lot shorter than Stephon Diggs, so I'm not going to blame him at the same time. And also, quarterback's just really accurate in this game, and the catching is a little ridiculous. Now Charles Johnson catches it on a 3rd down right there, and he is going to go into the end zone for a touchdown. No defense really on that side of the field. 3rd and 9 now. They need another conversion right here. Kyle Rudolph dives for it right there, and now they're going to get the conversion. Working from the 44 on 1st down and 10. Bridgewater goes to the left again for Stephon Diggs, and Austin just kept getting beaten up this game. But we're not going to blame him because he is a rookie after all, and rookie corners are never really good. Now a deep pass right here, and Bashaud Breeland catches it. He was having an amazing day, really shut down their number 1 receiver, who was, I actually don't know who it was because he was very little featured right there. Nice touch pass to Jordan Reed to finish out the 3rd quarter as the Washington Redskins control the ball with a 24-17 lead already. Now Jamison Crowder making a nice catch over the middle of the field. Had to move around a little bit for that. 3rd down and 7 from the 48-yard line, and we're going to go to Jamison Crowder. Was trying to go to Jordan Reed, but he underthrew it a little bit, and it ended up going into Crowder's hands. And now a nice curl route by Pierre Garçon, and that is going to be caught on the right side. Now working from the 21. We did not convert. We got sacked on 3rd down, so we're going to have to settle for a field goal, but that does make it a 10-point game. And the Vikings get the ball back and work their way downfield, but Stephon Diggs cannot catch this ball to convert on 3rd down, and now it's 4th down, and they're going to run a play action, not running with Adrian Peterson, which is a mistake as we are blitzing. Ryan Kerrigan comes in and sacks him, his first sack of the afternoon, end of the season, and the Redskins preserve a close, hard-fought 27-17 win, so that'll do it. I'm going to leave you with the stats. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you the next game, which I don't actually know what game we're going to play yet. I haven't even played far ahead. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.